Hello, welcome to the weekly What's Up with Wigwam. I am, of course, your host with Wigwam. Let's play the intro. So for this week, I thought it would be really fun to sit down and talk about some of my greatest gaming wishes of all time.
You're gonna grant me any 3 wishes I want, right?
Almost.
But in order to make this a better topic of discussion, I want to keep it semi in the realm of actual possibility. So saying everybody in the world gets a free PS5 the day they release so that we can all play Fortnite together is not a realistic suggestion. I'm gonna try and stick it to things that I think could actually happen, even if they're mildly outlandish. But possible. So let's start with one that I think that we're actually hopefully approaching finally, but it's one that I've wanted for so very, very long. One that used to seem like an impossible idea, but recently has crossed into the realm of like, let's go already! And that would be cross-platform play for all online games.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
It is so sad to see a game that I love, like the Darwin Project, which I can't even play on PC because the player base is basically dead, but seems to be thriving on Xbox. Well, you know what? If we could combine those two separate audiences and mash them together, that would just be dandy. But I don't want it just for that game. The amount of joy I've been able to get from playing games with friends who have Xbox console or PS4 console, while meanwhile I'm playing on PC, is huge, man. I know Fortnite isn't the big popular game anymore, and a lot of people have a lot of resentment for it for whatever reason. Cough, they hate that kids having fun. Cough. Jaded internet assholes. Cough. But I liked Fortnite when it was popular. I've kind of drifted away, but I have no ill will towards it. But while I played it, I got to enjoy tons and tons of fun co-op games with friends on Xbox and PlayStation, and I think that's really great. And there's games I would love to play with those friends again, but the only game we're really able to play right now is Warzone. I would love to step that up, play some Rainbow Six, play some Valorant if Valorant came out on other consoles. But you get what I mean, you know, it would just be cool if it wasn't an issue. If a game was on PC and was also on Xbox, I just want to party up with people. Next up is something that I think longtime fans know I've been asking for a long time, and it could happen, it probably won't happen, but let me have this dream, please, chat. I want remakes of The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons and Ages together on one cartridge for the Nintendo Switch. Hopefully even redone with the same beautiful art style of Link's Awakening or something semi-similar to that, but a full remake of these two incredible games finally packaged together as one cohesive project so that you can play the entirety of the story from start to finish, forward or backwards. It would be so fun. So for me, these are two of the actually most underrated Zelda games. They don't get talked about a lot, they don't get recognized a lot for how good they were, how innovative they were, and how true to what I feel is like the greatest parts of 2D Zelda, alright? They were cool, they were weird, they were inventive, and for my money, they were the best mobile Zelda games that were ever put out on the market. Better than Link's Awakening, better than Minish Cap, and I mean obviously better than the DS ones, because those were fucking shit. Anyways, I love these games. If they were to come out with an HD remake, dude, I would pre-order that shit so fast. I don't even pre-order games anymore, but I would pre-order that game immediately. Okay, so we talked about some remakes. Let's talk about some sequels I want, and now this one is definitely gonna be the one that people think is the most unrealistic, and I agree. Alright, some people may even go out there and be like, you have more chance of getting those PS5s you were talking about than this happening. I disagree with that extremism, but let's just talk about it. I want the Orange Box 3 for 100 or a little, maybe like 120 bucks, alright? Whoa! Orange Box 3, what the fuck is that? Left 4 Dead 3, Portal 3, Half-Life 3. Valve comes out with their 3 greatest franchises of all time. Yeah, I said it. I said it was these 3. And gives us the final third version of all 3 of them, alright? Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 are 2 of my favorite games of all time. The world is desperate for another good co-op / even team competitive game in the nature of Left 4 Dead. Please give me Left 4 Dead Versus back. I want it so bad. I loved Left 4 Dead, dude. Left 4 Dead 2, I spent probably hundreds of hours online playing with friends, playing in Versus mode. We got pretty good at the game. I mean, there wasn't like a strong market to be good at the game, but that just made it even easier and more fun, honestly. I would love for Left 4 Dead 3 to come out. Team Fortress 3, obviously Team Fortress 2 used to be quite the money maker. There's still plenty of money to be made out there in cosmetics. It seems time for Team Fortress 3 to make a comeback with cross-platform play on all these games. Obviously it would be cool. And then also Half-Life 3. You know, Half-Life Alyx just came out. People seem to really enjoy it. It's on the cutting edge. It's proof that Valve does make games still, alright? I didn't think Valve even made games anymore, and then Half-Life Alyx came out of nowhere, and now my brain's racing with possibilities of other sequels that we could get. So it would be an absolute dream. I mean, just saying, just imagine. Just imagine. Left 4 Dead 3, Portal 3, Team Fortress 3, Half-Life 3. Did I say Portal 3 the first time? I don't think I did. I think I left it out. I also put Portal 3 on this list. That's my bad. Come out with those 4 sequels. I fudged that up. I'm not gonna re-record it. Just give me those 4 games on the $3, and I would never need another video game again. I would still play a lot of other video games, but to be fair, I wouldn't need them. That would just be optional video gaming. And speaking of Nintendo, I'm about to go on a Nintendo tear here. Alright, we got a couple of Nintendo things to go over, because I love Nintendo, but they're dropping the ball, to no one's surprise. Let's start with some of the more obvious one. Nintendo expands their classic collection. Nintendo has tons and tons and tons of first-party games that they own the rights to that they're not distributing in any way at all. They do have a Nintendo Switch Online subscription basis, which I have years ago made a video that they should do that before they started it. Ideally, for me, a solution that would never happen, but my number one would be just a Netflix-style subscription. Let me pay you $10 a month to have access to all the classic games, Nintendo. Just do that. Just make it a subscription. Reggie, hit me up, my boy. I'm a $1 million idea machine. They did it, and now they're adding these, you know, very niche classic games. I don't want to speak ill of them because I know all of these games have a small but passionate subset fan base, and that's great. I'm really happy that our online services are including such niche products, but why? Why are they including so many niche games when they're missing so many universally beloved games? Where is Donkey Kong Country? Where is it, dude? Where is it, man? Where are all the first-party Nintendo games from the NES, the SNES? Where are they? Why are they not on the Switch console? And that brings me to my next topic. I want the Nintendo GameCube Mini. Alright, the NES Mini, cool. SNES Mini, cool. Well, really cool. I love the SNES Mini's game library, although I would not personally probably own one. But there's one thing and only one thing I want from the GameCube Mini, and that is Melee. Super Smash Bros. Melee, unaltered, unchanged, no patches, no HD version, no fucking with it at all, Nintendo. Just give it to me, straightforward, exactly how it was when you released it on the GameCube, but let me buy new GameCube controllers that are actually quality, and most importantly of all, let me plug that mini GameCube into an HD monitor for a lagless experience. Okay, that is what we want. If you don't know it, there is a huge competitive Melee scene still. I mean, obviously not like right now with the whole world-ending pandemic thing, but in general, there's a passionate, strong fan base that still plays on CRTs with GameCubes or Wiis. They lug around these consoles, they lug around these incredibly heavy TVs, and we're talking sometimes at these venues, hundreds of setups running at the same time for these major tournaments. If Nintendo would give us a GameCube Mini with an HDMI adapter built right into it that we can plug into our TVs and let us play Melee without some kind of frame delay, that would be Oh, it'd be incredible. That's all I want. I don't even care what else they put on the GameCube Mini, because I'm only gonna play one game, and that's Super Smash Bros. Melee. Alright, and going into my last major Nintendo harp-on, it's obviously Pokemon, it's obviously let's reinvigorate the Pokemon series, let's take chances, let's bring it into a new century, let's give it the Breath of the Wild treatment, let's take chances, let's change gameplay, let's make it interesting, and now I'm not gonna cover this in such great detail because there's another YouTube video I'm gonna put down in the description that you should probably watch from Jello Apocalypse, who greatly describes in detail with a wonderfully animated video how he would fix the Pokemon series, and I have to say, I almost 100% agree with him. So instead of reiterating and or stealing his ideas, I'm gonna link his video, let you watch that one after this one, and just say that Pokemon is such a good, fun franchise. It's the #1 profitable franchise of all time. Did you know that? It's the largest profiting media franchise of all time. It actually is. And yet, it remains unchanged, uninnovated, unreinvigorated. It just kind of is losing my interest more and more steadily as time goes on, and would just love to see that be fixed, you know? And the final one I want to talk about is one that we kind of talked about on stream a long time ago, so shout out to all of my chatters who were there discussing and building this idea with me. But I would love to take CD Projekt Red, the creators of The Witcher 3, you know, one of the greatest open world games of all time, creator of Cyberpunk 2077, which is very anticipated, and have them make a huge, expansive open world game set in the Adventure Time setting.
Adventure time, come on, grab your friends, we'll go to very distant lands. We'll take the dog and then the human, the fun will never end. It's Adventure Time.
Now, Adventure Time to me is genuinely one of the coolest and most creative worlds to come out of any form of media in like the past decade. It's weird, it's inventive, it's different, it's filled with tons of well-developed characters and ideas, and even if you just stuck with what came out in the TV show, there's so many episodes, so many crazy things that happen in that show, that you could build an incredibly huge, expansive game out of just what you have already. But obviously we would love some new stuff too. Get Pendleton Ward in there, get him working with the team, create new areas, new worlds, new princesses maybe, all sorts of crazy stuff. But man, there's just so much you could do in that world. And if you had a team like CD Projekt Red really pioneering that project, really driving that forward, really bringing it to its fullest extent, I think you could have like an all-time great game there. But hey, that's gonna do it for this time. I hope you enjoyed this weekly What's Up. Those were my greatest video game wishes that I could think of, at least for right now. If you enjoyed this video, maybe I'll do another one in the future like this once I think of a couple more ideas. I've got plenty of video game ideas locked up here in the old hamster wheel. In the meantime, I would love to hear what you guys would want most from video games. If you had a video game wish, what would you use it on? Would you get a game sequel, a remake, what would you want to make happen in video game worlds? I would love to hear it. I love to hear from you guys. As always, if you like this video, give it a like, please. If you didn't, why are you still watching? It's almost a 20-minute video. What are you still watching it for? If you're new here, consider subscribing. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful week. I love your beautiful faces. I'll catch you guys on the next episode of this show. Bye. Woo. I'm not gonna roll away this time. That's too much work. I'm just gonna end it.